Hello students, welcome to my class. So in my last class I have explained about the democracy, that is we have already started civics chapter 1. Now today accommodation of differences. We find differences in every society, in every country, but in India we find various types of differences. Diversity, what we call diversity. Diversity is a special feature of our country. There are diversities, means there are differences in the religion, in the caste, in the languages, in the caste. Various differences are there, and then that is why there is every possibility among the people to have the disturbances or disagreement, chaos. But it is the democracy that gives solution of this, how to solve this problem peacefully. Peaceful solution. It is only the democracy that gives peaceful solution for all the differences, the problem that arises for all the differences that exist in the country. As we know, as I told earlier also, democracy is based on the principle of equality. Equality has been granted to the people. Social and economic equality has been granted. Even though this principle is equality is there in our constitution, even in the fundamental right there is right to equality. In the list of fundamental right there is right to equality. So importance has been given on equality in a democratic country and especially in India. But practically there is inequality. In our country we find inequality, and almost in all the democratic country inequality can be seen. That is inequality in between the two sections of people. That means the national wealth, national property is not equally distributed, and that is why two classes of people exist, rich and poor. One is rich, other one is poor. And that is why democracy gives and takes up various steps and measures to remove this social and economic inequality. In our country, steps have been taken to remove the economic and social inequality among the people. For this, steps are taken for the eradication of poverty, then eradication of illiteracy, then Act has been enacted to remove the untouchability. So various steps have been taken by the democratic government of India to remove such social and economic inequality. Now democracy is a popular form of government. It is the most popular form of government at present. So what are the reasons, or what may be the reasons for the popularity of democracy? In democracy, people play an important role. Why? Because democracy is a government formed by the people. The government is formed by the people. It is for the people. The government has to work for the welfare and well-being of the people. Government gives interest to the people. He works for the interest of the people. And the government belongs to the people. That means people are the sole authority in a democratic government. Till people accept the same government can rule. Once the people withdraw their support, the same party, same government cannot rule. So that means the democratic government fully depends on the people, and people plays an important role in democracy. Public opinion plays an important role. So the interests of the people are the greatest importance in an ideal democracy. In an ideal democracy, interest of the people is the greatest importance. Ideal democratic government always gives importance on the people. And democratic government gives the positive solution. Whatever the problem arises, democratic government gives the positive solution. After discussion, after due suggestions, due discussions, the positive solutions are offered to solve any problem. The different forms of inequality, as I already said, though importance has been given on the equality, and one of the principles of democracy is equality, but there exist different forms of inequality, and you can underline there are various types of inequalities in our country. One is economic inequality. Economic inequality, already I said, there are two groups of people, two sections of people, rich and poor. That means economically people are not equal. Economically people are not equal. Now, usually the rich people, they have, their status is high, they are well respected, and the poor people, they are just looking down, or they are, anyhow they are managing themselves. It shows that there is inequality. Though in democracy there is the principle of equality, but practically there is economic inequality. Clear? Then caste system. There is the caste system, high caste, low caste, and as you know that in many societies, though this caste system, it was very strictly followed by the people, and though it is not that much strictly followed by the people, but in some societies, in some regions, the caste system is still prevail. High class people, they have all kinds of privileges, but lower sections or lower class people, they are prohibited. Earlier, lower class people, they were not allowed to fetch water from the same well where from the high class people they take water. But though it is it is removed to some extent, but still some societies, some regions, it is prevailed. So this is it is a social form of social inequality. Social inequality. Besides, there is the untouchability. The people belong to the untouchability. That means people, those who are considered as Dalit. You must have heard this word, Dalit. Means people, those who are considered as untouchable, they are not allowed, even their children are not allowed to get education in the schools. They are not allowed in the sense that law does not, there is no such law that they are not allowed to, but it is made by people. Society does not accept them equally as others. And that is why, to remove this untouchability, the democratic government has implemented some laws. Some acts are implemented to remove this untouchability, to remove this caste system, to remove poverty, to remove illiteracy. There are many steps, many acts have been taken by the democratic government, so that the principle of democracy, that is equality, can be maintained and fulfilled. Mahatma Gandhi, he fought against this untouchability. He worked for the welfare of the Harijans. The people considered as untouchable. He has given a term for them, it is Harijan. Harijan means son of or people of God. Since these people are considered as untouchable, so Mahatma Gandhi has termed this group, these people, as the people of God, and he worked for the welfare of these people. He worked for to safeguard these Harijans. Even Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, who is the father of our constitution, he belonged to this Dalit class. And so he also suffered a lot. And that is why in the constitution there are fundamental rights are granted, even the directive principles are there. And it is just to establish and just to give the equal right to all the people. If he or she deserves, he or she can get employment in any office. There is no restriction of caste, no restriction of religion. So the constitution also has made various provisions to remove this inequality. So Indian constitution prohibits the discrimination on the ground of religion, on the ground of caste, race. No one can be discriminated. Even the disabled people are also or cannot be discriminated. They also have the equal right to work in the hotel, to work in the shopping mall, to work in the restaurant, or to work in the offices. Even nowadays, the disabled people, they get some consideration in higher studies. They have some reserve post, that is the reserve quotas for higher studies if the person is disabled. So this is to bring the equality of status, equality, economic equality, and the social equality. Now here you will get one NREGA, NREGA, page number 88. NREGA. What is the meaning? What is the full form? NREGA provide employment to poor people in need of job. That is National Rural Employment Guarantee Act. National Rural Employment Guarantee Act. It provides job to the needy people. Now midday meal is provided. Midday meal, you know that government schools, provincial schools, there is the provision of midday meal. Students are given lunch, meal in the break time. So midday meal is provided. This is another scheme. Why it is provided? So that the attendance will be increased, because especially in our country, in many societies, many areas, and in many families, when both mother and father, they have to go for the paddy field or go for work, and the children, they remain at home, they do not come to school. Why? Sometimes they have no food. Even they go to school also, they come home to have food. And it happens sometimes that the house is very far away. Once they come home for food, cannot reach school. So there are many students of this type that they come to school without food. They cannot come home during the recess because the school is far away. Maybe 7 kilometers, maybe 8 kilometers, 10 kilometers. So once they go to school, they cannot come back home for food. And at home also, they are unable to have food. They are that much poor. And that is why there is the provision of midday meal, so that children will enroll themselves to the school. That means they will take admission in the school, and then they will have meal in the noon time, so that children will have food also. They will not remain empty stomach, as well as because of this meal, many children will be sent to the schools, because parents will send them to the school, because at least they will have food one time, and that is why they send the school. So this type of various schemes have been taken by the democratic government to establish equality among the people, equality in the country. And equality, since it is one of the principle of, and it is one of the important principle of democracy, and so by various means, by various steps, by various schemes, the democratic government tries to establish equality in our country. Alright? So children, you go through the lesson and see that you underline the important points. Whatever the important things, underline. Next time I will give your question answers. But before that, you page number 89, as you all do in the school, all the short answers at first you all find out. So now also you do this. First you will study the lesson, then number A, B, C and D you can try. If you cannot, it's okay, you can leave it for me. Number A, B and C you will do, and if you can try, you can try D, otherwise no need, I will do. Alright? And then I'll give you all the correct answers in the next class, then you'll check your answers. Okay? Okay, we'll stop today.